we are back for a new round. Round 6?
Round 5.
It's been a long day.
Yeah, it's a lot of rounds of gameplay. I don't know how our players are managing it because I know that I am starting to feel the length of the day. Yeah, definitely.
We are going to enter a match of two brothers, I believe, facing each other. Probably have a lot of experience against each other. I can't imagine a better way to practice than against a family member.
Yep, so we're going to be moving over to that very shortly. First though, bingo update. No one has won the bingo just yet, although we're actually playing over here with the games on the stream. We've got quite a bit ticked off. There was a bit ticked off from that last
Just a few
round.
things. Just we're playing as if we're both players at this point. Obviously, there's things like Make Day 2 that we can't exactly get on our bingo sheet. But yeah, everything else should be the same. Stuff like table next to you is same matchup. Can't really get, but we're getting two lots of players that we get to tick off for.
So we will keep you updated if we're able to tick any of those off. And very shortly we'll head to the round 5 match with Joseph and Vicente. Alrighty.
Should be good.
Heading into round 5, we're not sure what the decks are yet. We're about to find out.
I think we're most likely going to see another Black Wargreymon mirror match. I think that's very likely.
Yep, I think there's every chance that we're going to see at least one, if not two, Black Wargreymons here. You are right.
Yeah.
Cutting the decks, getting everything shuffled, ready to go. Everybody
in the roll 2 from Vicente.
Oh, Joseph. Okay, so I do know this Joseph has done very well in the past, very strong player. And looking at the deck list here, looks like they're going to be playing Black Wargreymon. And from what we can see of Vicente's hand, I think we're in for another mirror match because I'm definitely seeing some red and some black. And yep, looking at the list, confirmed we are playing a Black Wargrey mirror match. Wondering how similar these brothers' lists are going to be, in fact. Joseph starting to build up a stack here. Vicente also getting a bit of a stack going straight into the Agumon X Antibody in raising, which is not ideal, but there's definitely worse things you can do. Greymon in raising, and then a Searcher Agumon in play to grab that Metal Greymon X Antibody. Pretty strong start from Black Wargreymon deck here.
Yeah, I mean, opening up with enough to be able to just hard play the Agumon as well gives you a bit more room to play with the next round. You're able to look at the top 3, get something else. Definitely sets you up for the next turn. I think it's probably one of the better plays that you can have at this point. And almost, I feel like they could wait to raise as well here.
But they're going to bring it out into Greymon X Antibody, into Metal Greymon, and they'll be deleting that burgeoning Greymon stack there. Not a bad move at all. Were choked to 1, but because of that Greymon X Antibody effect, they are putting the opponent back on 1 there. Joseph playing looks to be Agumon X Antibody.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep, fetching Metal Greymon to hand.
From here, hatching as you do, getting an extra draw into the X Antibody option. Something that you really need at this point in time. Just playing it now. If he swings, he could go into... Ooh,
into
not
Metal
going
Greymon
to. He's just going to go directly into Metal Greymon X. Not the worst.
Deleting the opposing Agumon again, really making it difficult for Joseph to keep anything on board. And now we're going to see a blitz swing from the Gaiamon here for 2 checks. First check, the Yuya. Second check, looks to be Black Wargreymon. So a very nice result for Vicente
and then
there.
Trashing top security as they do.
All right, moving out that security attack plus 1 Greymon from Joseph.
This game could be over very quickly. It doesn't look great for Joseph at this point.
Yeah, Joseph very behind. Vicente has game
Does
on
have the
board.
cool boy in hand, looking like he's contemplating whether or not he wants to play it here.
Full memory can be a lot, especially in these X-antibody decks that can Digimon for very cheap. That
Does
represents a lot of card draw.
look like he's about to play the cool boy. It is the cool boy.
Yeah, I think as options go,
bad. I think he's opting to try and go for this X antibody. He wants the X antibody in hand so he can play further.
Really what you need to do, Joseph is probably thinking he needs to remove or nullify this Gaiamon somehow, because that is what is going to do him in. Oh, okay, deleting the Argumon.
Stops him from being able to swing full game directly next turn, except for the one that is currently in raising. So he does need to get rid of the Gaiamon now. Doesn't look like he's going to do that.
Up to a Gaiamon
maybe he will.
of his own, probably going to attack into the Gaiamon.
Restanding, trashing the top. It's cool boy. That's a nut hit.
That is
crazy.
That is a big result for Joseph. And a big turnaround. Yeah, we said it was looking pretty dicey for Joseph, but we see the real strength of the Black Wargreymon X deck able to turn it around so quickly and stabilize there in what was looking like a tenuous situation. Vicente getting the security attack plus 1 Greymon to hand.
Should be able to start a stack, if not on the field, back in his raising. And he is opting for the raising.
Yeah, opting to go for the raising. Going for, we know he has the security attack plus 1 Greymon in hand, but going for
red memory boost.
The deep heat boost Greymon instead in raising, obviously thinking the mirror match, wanting to be able to attack over that opposing stack more than...
Does go for the Gaiamon again. Yeah, I think it is important to note that a lot of people were not putting red memory boost in their lists, and at this event we've seen a lot of them. So
Joseph going for a cool boy here, getting that X antibody, which is a nice
all
hit.
he needs here.
Yep, immediately
it's absolutely all he needs
under the Gaiamon here.
Yeah, from here it's looking pretty dire for Vicente.
I think there's definitely still capacity for this game to swing, but Joseph is definitely in a good position.
I think you swing here for 2. If he swings here for 2 checks, plus trashing 1, he's in a really good position. Especially if he then just plays any Digimon. I guess it's just a matter of, how things are going to go.
Very likely Joseph is going to swing here, I should think. Yeah, the Reyes mirror match. No kidding.
Indeed.
Right. Joseph going to attack, going to hit security.
For 2 and... Oh, did he swing for 3?
He's got the security attack plus 1 Greymon beneath it as well, I believe. So in addition to the Gaiamon's native security attack plus 1, it is swinging for 3 checks, which is pretty...
That is quite intense. This is powerful. Almost just game, right? He's going to trash the top of the security. Doesn't even matter. He's going to blow up the Agumon that was there anyway. Oh. And the last card was another cool boy. It has not been in the favor of Vicente today.
Okay. We'll see if Vicente can rebuild enough. Really needing to not only take out that Gaiamon, but basically needs to get a Black Wargreymon X going in order to stop any other attack coming out of raising from Joseph here. Very tenuous position for Vicente. Looking at the cards in hand, trying to put something together. Yeah, the Hades was quite good there. Digivolving the stack, which is a start, but it doesn't need to be pretty. It doesn't need to be a perfect stack when you're on 0 security.
Exactly. Even, I don't know what you can do at this point. He has one in raising. He can just bring up and swing. It feels like there's not much else they can Vicente can do here to
X antibody.
stop this. The X antibody will do something.
Doesn't feel like Vicente has a good idea
He
of
is
where to
gaining
go
the
from
memory.
here,
He
though.
might be able to go for 2 checks, unsuspend, and swing for game. But that would be the only thing, because we do notice that Joseph is at 0 memory. Oh, sorry. He will be at
He will be
0
at.
security.
Absolutely.
And we do have 4 memory for Vicente here. It could be just the case.
Vicente carefully considering his next play. So important. Going for the Hades Force.
Blowing up.
Very interesting. Deleting the
Tamers.
Tamers. Gets to attack X antibody into the Black Wargrey X antibody. Will swing at security.
Trash top.
Yep, unsuspending, forcing Joseph to trash the X antibody to keep the stack. I think this is just
game. I can't, like, there's no blocking, there's no redirecting. Or is there redirecting? I don't believe there is.
Black Wargreymon does have the redirect effect, but Joseph has 2 attacks, so it doesn't matter.
Absolutely.
Yeah. They were playing it out just to go through the motions, I think, but that one was definitely in hand for Joseph. A lot of back and forth there, which is what I think we've seen both times now with the Black Wargrey X match.
It was certainly not a one-sided game. It definitely felt like it was indeed a back and forth. And there was a lot of, I feel like, room for Vicente to be able to push further past Joseph in that last play. I just don't think he had enough engine to be able to do it.
Right, so we're going to go into game 2 here. Joseph is ahead by 1, having won game 1. We'll see whether Vicente elects to go first or second. From what we've seen, I think Vicente probably goes second, gets that extra memory, gets that extra draw. But it is possible that Vicente might decide to just try and run Joseph down as well.
Very possible.
So we'll see what strategy Vicente's trying to go for here. As soon as we know whether Vicente's going first or second, basically, and sometimes even that can be a signal to the opponent of what you're trying to do. Especially when we're talking about, I don't know much about Vicente, but I know that Joseph, he's a very high-level player, does very well in these events, so...
I feel like in this moment, you might want to just go second.
If it was me, I would go second, but I also never go 4-0 in these events, so...
I think at this point, it's there's not many memory tamers that they're playing. The chances of opening it can definitely alter the way that the game will play. But I think at this point, you just want to go for the second, get the extra memory to be able to play like a cool boy for a lower cost and bring yourself up later on.
And it looks like Vicente choosing to go second, allowing Joseph to play the red memory boost there.
It's not good. He does have the X antibody already in hand. If he can just get enough to finish off his stack, he should be able to close this if Vicente doesn't also have something to bring up.
Vicente again going straight into the Agumon X antibody in raising there and playing Agumon X antibody.
He does get the X antibody though, so this could be a good fight. He does have 2 potential stacks. Just whether or not he wants to try and build on the one in the raising or the one on play.
Ooh, straight into the Greymon X antibody. This is less than ideal for Vicente. Not getting any of the regular Greymon, regular Agumon. Really having to use a lot of memory there. And not getting any of those inheritables. No extra security attack, no extra DP. So his stack is looking a lot worse than Joseph's, at least currently. Joseph now searching with the Agumon X antibody
Does
himself.
get the metal, the metal Greymon.
The metal Greymon,
yeah. Which should be able to help close out later on. Let's see where he goes from here. See if he has the Greymon. He's gonna hard play another Agumon.
Possibly searching for a level 4. We haven't seen one yet. We know he's got level 5s in hand, but now a difficult choice between the Metal Grey X antibody or one of the level 4s. He does choose the Metal Greymon X antibody, so maybe he does have a level 4. It's very hard to tell. I don't think the signaling is very strong there. And Vicente going straight into the Metal Greymon X, deleting that burgeoning stack. Forcing Joseph to have to reset a little bit here.
Yeah, which isn't the position you want to be in, but I'm sure Joseph knows how to get around this. Like we said, it is the Reyes mirror. They know what they're doing.
Joseph getting a lot of draw there, digivolving, getting the Argu X antibody effect, getting the Cool Boy, now into one cost into the Greymon. And now I think we're seeing that all that draw has done its job. Joseph has a big run of pieces here. He's got,
He can just do as he wants now. It's almost like taking candy from a child.
We've seen it all day with this Black Wargreymon. It just draws so many cards. It has
just
so much
blown up
search.
the entire field.
And it just makes it so difficult for the opponent to keep anything on board.
Yeah, it's very oppressive.
Into the Gaiomon, which we've seen.
Should be 2 checks, 3 checks.
I didn't see if he put the security Greymon beneath it, 2 checks, and then
trash one.
Oh, getting the Hades Force out of security.
That's really helpful.
That is just about the best result.
Joseph forgetting that it was trashing it, and not a security check. Could have been very much dire if he did have the 3 checks.
That is an excellent result for Joseph there. Vicente very much on the back foot. Going again into that Agumon X antibody. One has to wonder if he's playing Agumon at this point. We've only seen him digivolve into the X antibody.
I feel like he has played the regular Agumon.
Oh yes, just hasn't had it at the right time.
Yeah, I think he's just drawing it off the Digivolution.
Goes into Metal Grey X antibody, and unless something tragic here happens, it looks like Joseph is going to take this 2-0. He has 2 checks from the Gaiomon, and then a final swing from the Greymon. Playing it cautiously, going up through the whole stack, because there is the chance for the Hades Force.
Swinging 2 checks. This could be it. What do you need? Not. Oh.
Swings over Gaio, swings over Argu, and then just last check. Greymon X antibody, very quick game. Joseph taking it 2-0.
Very, very good game from Joseph. Very well played. Definitely we could see at the end there he was playing a bit more cautious around anything that might be able to delete maybe a rookie or something of the sort. And yeah, I mean, ultimately it won him the game.
Yeah, definitely seeing the mark of the really good player there, playing everything out, even up to the last minute, even though, for all intents and purposes, Joseph had the win on board, but still went through the motions, went through the trouble of building up that extra stack just in case something went wrong, and that technical play clearly paid off for him.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see either of, well, possibly even both of these players tomorrow in Top Cup.